name is Jenny and I am with the Rogue Valley Family YMCA, and today we're going to do a stretching and mobility workout. So if you have a mat, grab it, and we'll also be using a wall for a few exercises, so maybe you can situate yourself near a wall in your home or even outside. But we're going to start out with just a mobility exercise where we turn our knees toward one side, all right, and we're just going to lean back and then take those knees to the other side. And we're just going to do this for a while. Oh, it feels good on those hips. Nice, just going side to side. Getting a little mobility in those hips and the hip flexors. All right, now we're going to come forward a little bit. So we're sitting up a little bit more. And then add a reach. So now just reach across your body and hold it just for a second. And then switch, take it to the other side and reach across your body. Oh, that feels great. Now we're warming up the low back. So this video you can do all alone by itself, or you could do it after you've gone for a run or a hike or a bike ride. It is best to be warmed up before you stretch, so hopefully you are not just getting out of bed and going right into this video, but move around for a little bit. This is actually helping us warm up though, this mobility exercise right here. We're going to do a few more. It feels so nice. Good. All right, we're gonna hold this one for a little bit. So just take that arm, reach it forward. You can use the other hand to support your weight, getting a nice stretch through your low back and then that glute that's on the floor. And let's take it to the other side. Same thing. Take your knees to the other side and add that reach, reaching across your body. Oh, that feels really nice. Good, and let's release that. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my mat now. You don't need a mat for any of this. You could use a towel if you don't have a mat. We're just going to sit with our legs crossed, and I'm going to ask you to cross your left leg over your right leg, okay? So for some of you, this is not very comfortable. I'm in that group. Some of you, this is super easy. We're just gonna walk our hands forward. Now, some of you, I know a lot of you can actually put your chest down on the floor right here. This is it for me. This is as close as I'm gonna get, but I'm working on it. And the stretch you will feel is in your glutes and your low back and your hips. Nice. Hopefully, if you spent some time doing this, you'd get a little further down. Now we're just gonna walk our hands over to the right knee and feel that stretch on the left side, your low back. Good, and then come back to center. Can you go any further? Oh, maybe. Nice, and then come up. We're going to put the right hand on the left knee and then take your left arm over for a supported side stretch. You can just look up at your hand. Enjoy that stretch through the side of your body. Stretching should feel good, so we don't want to stretch to the point of pain. Maybe a little discomfort, but never pain. And release that. If you're feeling pain, you've stretched too deeply, so go ahead and back out of that stretch. We're going to switch our leg position now, so the right leg is crossed on top of the left leg, and then walk your hands down. Maybe you do better on with this leg position. I think maybe I do a little bit better. It's hard to tell. All right, now walk your hands over to that left side. So now we're feeling that stretch on the right side of the body. Great, come back to the center. Enjoying that stretch. Nice. Go a little further if you can. Walking those hands out. And release. Now Now put your left hand on your right knee and take your right arm over for that supported side stretch. We need a little support, don't we? Good, and we'll release that. Just gonna work on those neck muscles for a bit. So sit up as tall as you can, practicing good posture through your spine. And then we're just gonna drop that left ear down toward your left shoulder. Just go real gentle. We don't wanna do a deep stretch here. And then come back to the center and take your chin toward your left shoulder now. Again, gentle stretch. So you'll feel it on the right side of your neck. Good, and let's release that. Come to the center. Take your right ear toward your right shoulder. Working on your breathing, taking nice deep breaths. All right, and then come to the center. Now take your chin towards your right shoulder. I was going to say your right chin towards your right shoulder, but hopefully you don't have a right and a left chin. One chin is plenty. And release that. Okay, we're gonna go a little deeper in the stretch now. So I'd like you to put your right palm on the floor and take your left hand, apply gentle pressure, just gentle, to the right side of your head. Make sure it's gentle, no pulling. And release your hand on your head and release your hand on the floor and switch. Put your left palm down, take your right hand and apply gentle pressure to that side of your head, super gentle. Be kind to your neck. Good, and we'll release that. Just bring your feet out in front of you, place your heels on the floor, and then walk your hands behind you. Turn your fingertips to the back. And just press your palms into the floor and open up through your chest. You can lift your chin up a little bit. If your biceps are tight, you might feel this in your biceps. You'll feel this in your chest and your shoulders. Just a nice opener. You don't need to look up, but you don't want to be dropping your chin down. And feel those shoulder blades pulling together behind your back. Good, and we'll release that. And now we'll do the opposite stretch. We're gonna round through the back. Go ahead and take your palms together, extend your fingertips, and round between your shoulder blades. Nice, and then let's bring those arms overhead so they're right next to your ears, fingertips pointing toward the ceiling. Grow an inch or two in your spine. That's a lot of work, isn't it? And we will be releasing those hands, but I want you to just switch. Put the other hand on top. And then go back to that first stretch. Rounding between those shoulder blades, increasing the space between those shoulder blades. And now take those arms overhead. I'd like you to grow along your spine. Put a little space in between each vertebrae in your spine. Nice job. And let's release that. We will take it to our hands and knees on our mat or on a towel or carpet. So we're going to go into a downward dog where you tuck your toes under and you press your heels to the floor and push your hips up toward the ceiling. So you make a V with your body or triangle, upside down V. Pushing your weight back to your heels. Your head just goes between those arms. And we're really focusing on those lower leg muscles. Now let's just pedal the feet. So press your right heel down, bend your left knee, and then switch. Bend your right knee, press your left heel down, and just switch. So we're just pedaling those feet. You can have your feet close together, you can have them wider apart, whatever feels comfortable. All right, now let's press both heels down into the floor. Make any adjustments that you need to with your hand position here. Put your weight in your fingertips rather than in your palms. And now let's bend those knees to the floor. Great. Step forward with your left foot. We'll just do a nice deep hip flexor stretch here, placing your hands right next to your foot. You want to make sure your shoulders are squared up, hips are squared up, and just press that right hip forward. Enjoying that stretch. You don't have to do anything else, just hold that. Now if you are super flexible, you can work on putting your elbows to the mat. Not me, but maybe you are. So if so, go ahead and work on that, or even putting a bend in your elbow. Okay, so if you can't get your elbows to the mat, maybe you'll bend those elbows. But I'm feeling plenty of a stretch right here. So I'll stay here. Nice job, everybody. Okay, come on up. We're going to work on the balance for just a bit. So hold yourself in this position, long through your torso. Bring those arms overhead and just go ahead and push your palms together. And just stretch as nice and tall as you can. Try to bring those hands behind you a little bit. Sure. And release. Put your right hand on your left knee and just twist toward the left side. So we're just doing a little twist, opening up through that hip flexor a little bit more. Great job, and release that. Switch sides. So just bring your right foot forward. Place your hands on the mat next to your foot. Enjoy that deep hip flexor stretch. It's often called the runner's stretch, but you know what? Anybody can do it. And just work on that. If you can, bend those elbows and put them down on the mat. Here I am pretending to do that. It's not going to happen. Probably not ever. Great, just holding it a little bit longer. All right, and push yourself up to balance on that left knee. Nice and long through your spine. Bring those arms overhead. Press your palms together. And try to bring your hands behind you a little bit. Good. I'm already feeling better. It's feeling pretty tight. Things are feeling better. And release that. Okay, let's come into my favorite child's pose stretch here. So just sit back on your heels, reach your fingertips overhead, enjoy that stretch through the length of your spine. If you like, you can rest your forehead on the mat. Great, and let's go ahead and come up partway. Slide your left arm under your right and turn your head to the right. So we're stretching through the lat muscles of that left side, your left shoulder blade, and walk your right fingertips away for a deeper stretch. Oh, yes. This feels so nice. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. Slide your right arm under your left, turn your head to the left, walk your left fingertips up the mat. Oh, this is wonderful. Great. All right, let's go ahead and release that. Just rest your forehead on the mat and sweep your hands down by your feet, palms face up. Let your shoulder blades kind of fall open. So again, we're increasing the space between the shoulder blades, just letting them open up across your back. And now we're going to reach for our heels, the bottom of our shoes. Keep your forehead on the mat and just roll to the top of your head a little bit, lifting your hips away from your heels, but keep holding onto the back of your shoes or the bottom of your feet. This is the clamshell stretch. Great, and release that. Nice. Push yourself up. We're going to walk our hands out into a very modified cobra. So I'm going to walk my hands quite far out in front of me and just work on lowering my hips toward the floor. I have a very inflexible spine, so this is probably it for me. Some of you can come down to your elbows and do this position. Just make sure you're looking straight ahead. extension there in the spine. Keep your elbows softly bent, keep your shoulders down so they're not up by your ears. If this is uncomfortable, back out of it. And we're going to release that. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and stand up, and we're going to go to a wall. So go ahead and stand up. Come next to a wall. And we're going to stretch through the chest and the shoulder. So go ahead and put one elbow on the wall. Okay, right next to you. And then you're just going to step forward with the outside foot. But try not to turn at all, so keep your chest pointing straight ahead. Go as far as comfortable, keeping that elbow on the wall, and enjoy that stretch through your chest. I think your elbow is about shoulder height here. So keep that elbow up. Nice. Good. Okay, if you want to, we're going to go a little deeper in that same stretch. Put your hand on the wall. You can step forward with that left foot now, or the inside foot, but still keep your chest forward. If that's too deep, back up a little bit. Probably feeling this through your bicep, as well as through your chest and shoulder. Good, and we'll release that. And we'll switch, so we're going to put the other elbow on the wall. All right, right there at about shoulder level, and step forward with that outside foot. Keep that elbow on the wall. Keep your chest pointing straight ahead, shoulders level, looking straight ahead. I'm just keeping an eye on you guys. All right, if you would like to go deeper, put your hand on the wall and step forward with that inside foot. Work on your breathing, feeling a great stretch through your chest and your shoulders. I don't know about you, but I rarely stretch these muscles, and this feels really nice. Good. Okay, I think that's enough time for that. We're going to stay on the wall and just stretch through the quadricep and even into the hip flexor. So just take your left hand, bend that left knee, and bring your heel up behind you. It's going to just stay here for a bit. So first, let's work on the correct positioning. You want your left knee to be pointing down at the floor. And then add a little pelvic tilt so that we're adding the hip flexor to this stretch. So just tuck those hips forward a little bit, kind of tilt it, and feel that, increased stretch. Nice, chest is lifted. Okay, we're going to change this into the dancer's pose. This is actually a yoga pose, but we have the benefit of the wall right here. So you can keep your hand on the wall, hinging at your hips, bringing that left foot up behind you. If you want to, you can keep your hand on the wall, or you can reach out in front of you. Picking a focal spot on the floor will help you with your balance. Remember, you have the wall here if you need to. So you can really focus on that stretch so you're not super preoccupied with balancing. Good, and then slowly come up and release it. What do you think? Should we do the other side? I think that's always a good idea. All right, so hand on the wall. We're going to reach the right hand to the right foot. And just work on that stretch. You can hold onto your ankle or your foot, whatever's comfortable. Work on the positioning, keeping your right knee pointing straight down. And then give that little pelvic tilt. Whew, yeah, can feel that. Good, and just focus in on that stretch. Chest is lifted, long through your spine. All of those things. Okay, we'll go into the dancer's pose now. So there is an advanced hand position that we're not going to do where you reach the other side of your foot, but we'll just stay here. This is more of an athletic pose. So coming forward, hinging at your hips. So we're not rounding the spine, we're hinging at the hips, bringing that right heel up behind us. You can reach your left arm forward. Picking a focal spot on the floor will help with your balance, or you can use the wall. So nice to have it so close, just in case. don't want to look around in this position unless you're really hot stuff. It helps to keep that focal spot. Good, and let's release and come up slowly. Okay, we're gonna just put our back on the wall, or hips on the wall, and then you're going to hinge at your hips. Keep a flat back, and just hold it right there, pushing your hips against the wall. Okay, you can put your hands on your thighs if you like, but make sure you're not rounding your back, you're hinging at your hips. So it looks like this. So for those of you that are very flexible, you're gonna be a lot further down than I am. Just maintain that flat spine. Okay, and we're gonna start to walk down. Keep your back flat. Stop when you feel that your back is starting to round or your shoulder blades are starting to round, and that's the spot that you're just gonna hold. Stretching through your hamstrings. Just hold it and breathe. And now we're going to round through the back and go as far as we can. A lot of you can touch your toes, lucky you. Ah, not me. Keeping your legs straight. Good. Just enjoy that stretch. Now place your hands on your elbows. So you have your hands on your elbows, pulling your head between your elbows. Pulling those elbows forward. And now just go side to side. Paying attention to any tight spots. Oh, I have so many. I can't give them all attention. And release that. All right, you guys, bend your knees, hands on your thighs, and roll it up. Step away from the wall. Once you're standing, roll your shoulders back and around. We are going to take it down to our mats now. So come on down. And now we have some nice relaxing stretches on the ground or on our mat. Let's go ahead and start by bringing the right knee to our chest, straightening the left leg, getting a little glute stretch here. And then take your right arm out to the side and bring your right knee over to the left side of your body. Oh yeah, that feels great. So we have some spinal twists going on, and then also a stretch through your glutes. If you keep that right palm on the floor, you'll feel that stretch through your chest as well. Good, and let's come back to the center, and we'll switch. Bring your left knee in, hug that knee tight to the body, keep your right leg straight. Enjoy a little booty stretch first. Okay, now let's go ahead and bring the left knee across to the right side. Keep your left hand on the floor, left shoulder on the floor, and you'll get a good stretch through that shoulder blade as well. Good, and let's release that back to the center. Okay, go ahead and straighten out that left leg. Place your hands behind your thigh. We're just going to flex that left foot and then point the toe a little bit and bend the knee. So straighten the leg, flex the foot at the top, release the foot. You can point the toe if you like, and bend the knee. And do that again. Straighten the leg, flex the foot, point the toe, bend your knee. One more like that. Flex your foot, straighten your leg, point your toe, bend your knee. Now we're going to continue with this, but at the next level where we keep the right leg straight also. So that's going to increase the stretch. Straighten the leg, oh yeah, flex your foot, point the toe, and release. Again, straighten your leg, flex your foot, point your toe, and release. Hands are behind the thigh, not behind your knee. Flex your foot, and point your toe to release. Okay, this last one we're going to just hold for a little bit. So just hold it, flex your foot, and now just relax your foot. Take a few deep breaths in this position, stretching out that left hamstring. going to do the same thing on the right leg. So hands behind the right thigh, straighten your right leg, flex your foot. Oh, this leg feels better. Point your toes, bend the knee. Again, straighten, flex, point, and bend. Again, straighten and flex, point, and bend. One more like this. Straighten, flex your foot, point, and bend. And now we'll do it with the left leg straight, so that increases the stretch. Flex, point, and bend. Again, flex, point, and bend. Flex, point, and this last one we'll hold. Hold it right there, flex that foot, feel that hamstring lengthen, and now relax your foot, enjoy that stretch. All right, release that. Rest your left ankle on your right thigh, and then wrap your hands around your right thigh as you bring your right leg in. Use that left elbow to push gently against your left thigh. We're just doing that figure 8 stretch. Holding it, breathing. You'll feel this stretch through your left glute and left hip. If you would like to go deeper, wrap your hands around your right shin and hug those legs in a little bit closer. Working on your breathing. I hope you're feeling this. I'm feeling this. And release that. Switch sides. Rest your right ankle on your left thigh. And wrap your hands around your left thigh. Have your legs in. Use your right elbow to gently push against your right thigh to stretch, oh yeah, that outer thigh and glute. And then, if you'd like to go deeper, release your hands, put them around your left shin, hug those legs a little closer, enjoy that goodness, stretching it all out, working on your breathing, and release that. All right, we are almost done here. We're going to stretch the inner thighs now, so that's stretched out here. Now the inner thighs. We're just going to wrap our hands around our ankles, the outside of our ankles. Pull your heels toward you and push your thighs open with your elbows. So you'll feel this probably in your low back as well as your inner thighs. A little adductor stretch. We like this one. Very good, and release that. Just hug your knees tight to the body and roll side to side. Okay, so that wraps up our stretches. If you felt particularly tight or wanted to redo any of those stretches, please go back to them. You can hold stretches between 30 and 60 seconds. And roll over to the side, push yourself up. Of course, if you want to increase your flexibility, you'd want to do these stretches every day. I should be doing them with you every day. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. Let's just finish with a deep breath. And exhale. And then give yourselves a pat on the back. And have a good day. Goodbye.